welcome to Indira's World. Hope you're having as good a day as I am. Well, yeah, it's brightened up again. It's been up and down that way, hasn't it? Well, today, macaroni and cheese, if you please. Can you tell me one person, whether it's a kid, whether it's an adult, whether it's a big baby, who does not like macaroni and cheese, but we always have the problem of it being a zillion calories. So I thought I'd make it as low fat as I can possibly do it. So here's what I've come up with. I hope you like it. So let's do this. Okay, now here I have a cup and a half of semi-skim milk. You can use skim milk, and if you want to, I say no to the F word, fat, if I can help it. So this is a kind of as low as I can make it recipe. Now I've taken half fat cheese, and that is one of these scoops, which sort of is equivalent to 1 heaped tablespoon. So I've got grated cheese, half fat. I found some smoked ham in the fridge, so I thought I'd throw that in, but that is purely optional. A tablespoon of flour, plain flour, a tablespoon of olive oil. I've got some parsley here and some breadcrumbs to top on the top to make it all crisp and funny and happy and all the rest of it. And I have 300 grams of macaroni, which I boiled for about 3 minutes and then strained. And that's it. It's all ready to go. And there is an option. It's creme fraiche, and I have a very half-fat creme fraiche here, if there is such a word, half-fat creme fraiche. And you can have full fat depending on what you want. So there again, you can have semi-skimmed, skimmed, or full fat milk. You can have full fat cheese or not. You can use melted butter instead of olive oil, but as you can see, I've gone on the lower option and half fat creme fraiche. So let's get going. Okay, I'm not heating up my pan to boiling, I'm just warming it through. And to this I'm adding my generous tablespoon of olive oil. It's actually, the scoop is more of a spoon and a half of olive oil. But again, here it's optional. Now to this I'm going to add my tablespoon of flour. Now we're going to get rid of that raw taste of the flour. And I'm going to, while this is kind of getting rid of all those lumps, I'm also cooking it through. And to that I'm adding a little bit of salt. The cheese has salt in it, so there's no need to go absolutely mental on the salt. I'm adding that bit of smoked ham I found in the fridge, which I just cut into finely, well, as finely as I could anyway. And now when you hear it kind of sizzling away and it starts bubbling through, you know that that raw taste is going out of the flour. As I said, this is a low-fat version, hence I'm taking all these these unusual recipe going on here. No one can deny it's going to taste better with full-fat butter and all the rest of it, but I don't like hearing my arteries slamming shut, so I prefer it this way. I'm going to slowly start introducing my milk to this, which is semi-skim milk. And I have a cup and a half here. Needless to say, we don't want it to get all lumpy and horrible, so keep stirring round. Right. Almost there. Now let's hope the lid doesn't, it does, fall over. There. There's no kitchen without a disaster, just so you know. Mind you, we can cut and start again, but then that's no fun, is it? So, here, now to this, I'm going to add my cheese. It's a big tablespoonful, and that's going to thicken it up as well. I'm going to boil this through so it gets thick. Now you can add pepper to it if you want. It's up to you. I do like pepper and everything, but I do like kind of crushed pepper on the top as well. That's rather nice. Now as this is thickening, you've got to remember that I'm going to be adding in my pasta to this, my macaroni to it. So now you see that's getting thicker as we go along. Okay, now you can see this has gotten quite thick. I'm going to add you can add a little of the parsley now. I will add some on the top when I'm done. Now here is my macaroni. Now I'm going to actually put some of it in here, well, all of it in here actually, and then I'm going to refill it into my baking dish so that it just gets mixed in properly. Then I'm going to put that into my baking dish and get that going in the oven, and put my breadcrumbs on the top so it gets a bit crisp, and you can add a little more cheese on top so it gets a cheesier version of it. Now I'm going to turn that off, and there you go. Now if it is too thick, you can always add a little more milk to it. Now as I said, if you want to add creme fraiche you can, but I'm not going to. So now that's going back in there, and that's going to be stuck in the oven in a minute. Right, that's nice and hot off the press. Just pull that out of the oven, and I am going to serve up a nice portion of macaroni and cheese. Now, when it's slightly less in the calories, you can probably have a little bit more. That's not always the case. There you have your macaroni and cheese, as low as I can keep the calories and as low as I can keep the fat. I hope you enjoy it. Well, thank you for watching another video on Indira's World. Macaroni and cheese, if you please. That sounds a bit cheesy, but what the hell. In case you've forgotten to subscribe, now's your chance. And also, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like it. Actually, give me a thumbs up even if you don't. So I will see you next time. Until then, I'm going to eat. So, bye.